Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome back to another episode of Jash Reads. Tonight, or today, or whenever you're viewing this, we're continuing reading Animorphs number 2, The Visitor by K.A. Applegate. We couldn't go to the Chapmans the next night because Marco and I both had papers we had to write, and the night after that was Cassie's dad's birthday. But finally, there we were again on the street outside the Chapman's house. It was a little before 8. Fluffer was out of the house, smelling a fence post 4 blocks over where another cat had left his scent. At least, that's what Tobias reported. "Are you ready?" Jake asked me. I nodded. "Are you sure?" Cassie asked. "You can put this off if you want. We don't have to do this tonight." "The sooner the better," I said. "We all know something is wrong in that house. Melissa is still my friend. Maybe somehow I can help her." "Your job is not to help Melissa Chapman," Marco pointed out. "You're supposed to be spying on Chapman. You're supposed to be finding some way for us to get at the Yerks so that we can all turn into wild animals and get ourselves killed." "I know why I'm doing this, Marco," I said. He nodded. "Okay, well, take care of yourself in there. That's an assistant principal you're dealing with. He finds out you've turned into a cat and gone sneaking around his house. That will be after school detention for like a year." We all laughed, as if detention were the thing I had to fear. Marco can be obnoxious, but on the other hand, he can make you laugh right when you really need to. "I'm ready," I said. I waved my arms at the dark sky above. Tobias swooped down, opened his wings to slow his speed, and settled on the fence beside us. "How does it look up there, Tobias?" Jake asked. "Looks fine. The cat is nowhere near the house. There's no one out walking around, except way over on Loughlin Street. There are a couple of cars, but not coming toward you. You know, you have quite a future in burglary," Marcus said to Tobias. "You and I can burglarize places, and Jake can be Spider-Man and catch us." "Okay, I'm ready to do this," I announced. As ready as I'm going to get anyway. Tobias sent me a private message. "Rachel, if you get into any trouble, just try and make it outside. I can lift you out of any danger." I prepared to morph. I concentrated on Fluffer. It was easy to do. I had a very clear mental image of Fluffer dropping down out of that tree, ready to kill me when I was a shrew. Inside my own body, Fluffer's DNA was stored, ready to be used. All I had to do was concentrate. Concentrate. Each morphing is different, especially the first time, when you can't even think about how controlling it happens. Even Cassie can't control the first morph. In the case of Fluffer, it started with fur. Black fur came first, and then the white fur began to grow. The fur had almost completely grown in while I was still mostly human. I had luxurious fur on my arms, on my legs, on my face. Fur and whiskers with everything else pretty much the same. Oh, That is cool, Cassie said. She was staring at me and grinning this huge grin. That is way cool. You look great. Marco and Jake nodded agreement. It's kind of weird, but also kind of pretty, Marco said. I'm thinking you could do commercials for cat food. You sing a little song, maybe dance a little dance. Forget Morris the cat. You would rule. I began to shrink, but it was strange, because as I shrank and my outer clothing slithered off me, I didn't feel like I was getting smaller. I felt more like I was getting stronger. It was like I was shedding all this unnecessary stuff. These clumsy long legs, these ridiculous weak arms. I felt like I'd been boiled down to my absolute essentials. Like I wasn't even made out of plain old flesh and bones anymore. I felt like liquid steel. I didn't feel the fear of the shrew. I didn't feel the total confidence of the elephant either, or of the eagle. This was different. There was fear, sure, but underneath the fear was confidence. The cat knew there were enemies out there, but he also knew he could handle it. I felt tough. That was it. Tough. Then the cat's senses started sending messages to my brain. Whoa! I yelled in surprise. Suddenly it isn't nighttime anymore. I mean, wow! Talk about night vision. A cat's vision at night is about 8 times stronger than a human's, Cassie said helpfully. I looked it up. 8 times? Marco repeated. Not 7 or 9? How did they measure that? But it wasn't just how well I saw that was strange. It was what I noticed. A human being will notice colors, for example. Now, a cat can see colors, more or less. He just isn't interested in colors. It's like, okay, that thing is red. Who cares? What cats really notice is movement. If anything moves, even the tiniest bit, the cat sees it. I was standing there on the grass, looking around with my big cat eyes, and I saw nothing but movement. I saw every blade of grass that moved in the breeze. I saw every bug that crawled across those blades of grass. I saw every bird in every tree as it fluffed its wings. And boy, did I see the mice and the squirrels and the rats. There was a mouse no more than 20 feet away. I could see the individual whiskers on his little snout when they twitched. Things that were not moving were boring to me. If the mouse just stayed completely still, I forget it was even there. How are you doing? Jake asked me. I had no trouble at all hearing his voice, but it was irrelevant. It had no meaning. The mouse was making a tiny little scritching sound as it worked its little teeth around a nut, trying to chew it open. I cared about that sound. I cared about that sound a lot. Rachel, can you hear us? It's me, Cassie. Yes, I can hear you. I just can't seem to concentrate very well on you. There's so many other things to hear, and see and smell. Well, at least she's not running around out of control, Marco said. Suddenly, I sensed something over my head, a shape, a shadow figure. Lightning quick, I turned my head. My ears flattened against my skull. The hair on my back stood up and my tail puffed out to 3 times its normal size. My claws extended. I drew back my mouth and showed my teeth. It all happened in a split second. I was ready for battle. And whenever this was attacking me, I wanted to know it'd be sorry and messed with Fluffer McKitty. I was ready to fight. I was pumped. Kill or be killed. It was so cool when you feel the razor-sharp claws sliding out of your delicate-looking pink pads. Rachel, take a pill, girl. It's just Tobias, Cassie said soothingly. Tobias, I think maybe you'd better stay away, she called up to the sky. Cats are genetically programmed to be afraid of large birds. She was right. The shout Tobias scared me pretty good. It was strange, because it was a fear I shared with the shrew. But it was a different type of fear than the shrew's. This was more like I was angry too. Only that wasn't quite it either. I guess it wasn't a real emotion at all. Basically, when I hissed, I was just trying to communicate. And the message I was trying to communicate was, don't mess with me. You may be bigger than me. You may scare me. You may make me run away. But if I have to, I am ready to fight. That was my whole cat message to the world. Don't mess with me. Don't get in my way. Don't try to touch me if I don't want to be touched. Don't try to keep me from getting what I want. I was self-contained. I was complete. I didn't need anything but myself. It seemed lonely to my human self, but at the same time, it was all very calm somehow. I'm okay, I said. I think I'm pretty much in control. What's it like? Cassie asked. It's like, you know those old cowboy movies with Clint Eastwood? He's a gunslinger and he walks into the saloon and everyone kind of gets out of his way. And how he's not really looking for trouble. But you'd better not make him mad. That's what it's like. It's like I'm Clint Eastwood. Can you do this, do you think? Jake asked me. Oh yeah, I can do anything. Don't let the cat's arrogance get you in trouble, Marco advised. Keep a little of your good old human fear. He paused. Oh, I forgot. Mighty Rachel doesn't have any good old human fear. So here's what you do. Borrow some of my good old human fear. I have plenty to spare. He's right, Rachel. Cassie agreed. Keep focused. Between your own natural attitude and the cat's dude, you could get cocky. I cast a glance back toward the mouse. He had broken into the nut at last. I could kill him. I was sure of that. He was a plump little mouse, and I would catch him easily. But I wasn't hungry, so he'd get to live a while longer. No problem, I said. We're here if you get into a mess, Cassie reassured me. Call me out if I need help. Don't worry, I'm in control now. It'll be fine. But the truth is, I was lying. Just a little. See, I wasn't completely in control of the cat. For some reason, I didn't want to completely control the cat. I kind of liked his arrogance. It made me feel more sure of myself. And despite what others thought about me, I needed all the confidence I could get. The morph clock is ticking, Cassie said. It's 7:45. Remember that. And that's, oh God, I'm gonna destroy everything. Oh. And that's chapter 11 from Animorphs #2 by Kay Applegate. For some reason I want to say that was chapter 11 from Game of Thrones. And if you're wondering why I kept the mistakes in this video, my computer needs to be looked at and most likely replaced. So I just wanted to make sure I got the video out before it, just collapsed. Hence not trying again because it's heating up and all this other shit. So yeah, that's about that. So I'm sorry for those mistakes. I tried to breeze through them. Like, yeah, I did make a mistake. I think besides the obvious, I think I missed a word. I actually missed like a word or two, and I'm like, oh, no, I'll never notice. But once I get a new laptop, or this one gets repaired by some sort of magic, there won't be any more of those mistakes left into these videos. So, back to the chapter at hand. I really see the connection between Rachel and the cat. Now, the cat has the confidence that she needs. Like, everyone else sees her and thinks Xena, warrior princess, and someone who's fearless, and the cat has that confidence. It's like the cat is her alter ego, sort of. It's like the cat's everything she wants to be and what she wants to learn from. And I think the next book, as she is, sort of semi-practicing gymnastics, or at least I think she mentions the character that she likes, when she's doing her gymnastics, she likes to take that cat confidence and grace. So there definitely is a connection between the cat and her. And in a future morph she gets, you can definitely also see her having a morph that has the confidence she lacks. So yeah, I remember the morph in the future that I'm referring to, but I sort of forgot how similar those two situations are. Morphs where she's confident. Because I actually did a podcast episode of this, of mentioning how Rachel appears all confident, but if you'll notice, her main morphs are all about hiding behind an animal's confidence. So please comment below what you think about that. What else do you think about the chapter? Remember, no major spoilers, like what I did of saying like a little conversation. Like, that's fine. But as you noticed, I also didn't mention the big morph she acquires later on. I really wish I could. I don't want the spoiler policy. Yeah. So please, comment below about that, about this chapter. So remember, major spoilers, no. Minor spoilers, okay. I'm going to have approved comments on just to make double sure nothing that I don't want gets through. And if this video for some reason has sparked your interest in the series and you want to read this book, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, there's a link in the description where you can, buy it. And same thing on my bloggity blog. Underneath the video is an ad for it. And you can get in new or used. So it's awesome there. And please like and subscribe. Please, I started blogging because I need attention. So I blog, I need attention. And now we come to the part of the video where I take a little sip of my sake and make a cheer or whatever. And so if you want to join in, get your own alcoholic beverage, maybe your favorite, maybe something that's lying around. And if you don't drink for whatever reason, I'm drinking hot chocolate. Someone's up. Someone's up. If I make noise. So,